he turned as he got off the train and he looked at her and she looked up and she was transfixed with this stare because it was full of it was full of love and compassion and respect and encouragement and absolutely everything that you could want in a look from somebody when you've just lost your mum and you're feeling grief-stricken. And she said it was like a sort of light beam, like such warmth. And it coloured her completely. He got off the train and she looked and thought, what a wonderful man. And there was nobody there. Loads of people got on the train, but there was nobody got off the train. Up and down the platform, tiny platform, she was right against the window. Nobody.
That night, I got to bedtime and I started to throw away the gift. And I went, no. I manifested that for myself because of my need, because of my depression. I invented that. It's a psychological invention for someone who was depressed. And, it really didn't happen. And while I was saying that and giving away the gift, the arm came round me again and went, no, it really is all right. Well, how do you deny that? I'm sorry to get upset, but you just can't deny it, can you?
Is déjà vu something a little more serious? According to our paranormal survey, 30% of you believe in reincarnation. I have been here before.
I've been regressed, and the person that regressed me brought me back as someone related to my husband, and they actually traced that person. And this regressor said that there's a belief that when you marry, the souls meet up again for about 3 to 6 lives and interswap sexes, and a soul is also geographically based. So I was born in this life in Birmingham. My husband was born in Dorset. When I was regressed, I was a gamekeeper in Dorset on an estate linked to my husband's family. And it's highly likely that we've just been together for quite a few lives and just swapping around.
A few years ago, I went on a Buddhist course. I am a Buddhist, and I went on a sort of pilgrimage to Japan, which was a country I'd never been to before. And when I got there to the sort of temple, it was the most extraordinary feeling of definitely having been there before. And what also sort of showed this to be sort of fairly true for me was the fact that I knew my way around. It was a huge complex, not just one temple, but several, and sort of all connected with these labyrinthine paths and ways and steps and things. And I knew my way. We would get a list for the day of meetings, the Shohondo temple next, and then the head Buttsuma, and then the other temple. And I would unerringly know my way around. And after a couple of days, my sort of friends said, so, what's with the map studying? How are you doing this? And I had to acknowledge that I didn't know. It was just all really, truly familiar. And what was sort of even odder was the sense of having been in robes before there, having been a male monk, very, very male. And it was a weird sensation of me being Julie, but also me embodying this other person and knowing that I was. And I would feel, as I went up and down the steps, the weight of these robes, the physical weight of these robes, sort of accompanying me.
Sometimes I'll walk through the park and I'll see a dog or a squirrel or a little animal looking at me, or one of those little floaty things, like a little bit of pollen from a dandelion or something. And I suddenly think, wow, is that the afterlife? Is that squirrel my friend so-and-so, or is that dog looking at me going, you idiot, it's me, I'm over here?
We've heard of ghosts, premonitions, angels, and psychics, of telepathy and past lives. But what about the afterlife?
I hope for an afterlife, not so much for myself, but to make it easier for me to deal now with loved ones who are no longer with me. So I like to think that they're there somewhere rather, and I'll see them again.
I think that this planet has ancient souls, it has new souls, and there's no reason why these souls have to inhabit a body.
Reincarnation and afterlife is something that's never ever, even since I was a little girl, never ever felt or seemed odd. I've always felt it was natural.
I think probably for someone like me who obviously enjoys sitting around in a restaurant, I would like to see heaven and death involving large tables full of friends and, very long licensing hours and the ability to order all you want.
What year were you born in?
1971.
71. Are you not January?
No.
Okay, so you are a piggy.
Am I?
Yes, I thought you might be a
I've
piggy.
been called worse.
Right, okay, pigs are great because they absolutely love to be out there telling their stories and things like this. So you're going to find more of that coming in. You're going to find that there's more of a comedy element coming into the next role.
Talk for argument, that's for sure. I could win gold.